Well, hello there, DoorDash customers. If you ever have a problem with an order after you've received it, uh, don't call the dasher. They're on another order right after you and they can't talk on the phone while driving or text. And usually the message won't go through or the call won't go through because the numbers are actually blocked. Your number to the drivers is a block number, and so is the number from the drivers to you. Um, and your number to the drivers. Did I say it right? Both numbers are blocked. They're not the real numbers, and they're timed to close at a certain point in time. Sometimes it doesn't exactly close, but it's for the safety of you and our drivers. Um, and it's a different number every time. Uh, so if you have a problem with an order, this is how to handle it. And you can do it that day, that minute. You can do it days later, however you like to do it. And DoorDash will definitely take care of you. If you have a missing item on your order because the dasher did not check the food before they left the restaurant, which is a requirement. We are not certified food handlers. We are only couriers. We deliver. And that's basically with all delivery systems, the Grubhub, Postmates, Caviar, and all that. And if anybody's on here, correct me if I'm wrong. But for DoorDash, I know for a fact, um, you know, we can't touch the food. Um, we don't have permits to do so and all that kind of thing. All we are is a courier service. We pick it up from one place and take it to another. And you're supposed to have a hot bag and a cold bag when you arrive. No restaurant has to give you the food unless you have a hot bag. And restaurants feel free to report anybody that does not come in with a hot bag. I know many that do. Uh, and you know, we like to deliver food the way we would like it delivered to us. It should be hot or should be cold the way it came. It should be the same product as if you were to sit in the restaurant and eat it. If it is not, definitely complain to DoorDash. You don't complain to the driver. You don't call up the restaurant because if you order through the DoorDash food app, that's where you need to go back to. The restaurant has no clue. They're busy putting out orders all day long. They don't know what you're talking about half the time. And you're just making people mad and wasting their time. They can't help you. It's been ordered through the DoorDash app. You need to go through the DoorDash app to solve this problem. So if you've got a missing item or you've got entirely the wrong food order, this is the fault of the courier because they are supposed to check the food with a rep of the restaurant in front of their face before they leave that restaurant. And I don't care if the bags are stapled shut, taped shut, whatever they would like to do, which is aggravating as heck. They need to open that bag back up and check it with that dasher before they leave. Now, some restaurants will refuse and some restaurants just get plain mad. But this is the way the service is done. If you want to sell food, work with us. Because we get in trouble if we deliver to the customer the wrong food or missing items. 99% of the time that I have ever delivered, I get orders that are screwed up by the restaurant. I had an $80 order in Dustin at a really fine dining place. I'm not going to say the name because I really like these people. The food quality is tremendous and the manager is a doll. And you have to pick it up from the bartender. And let me tell you what, I asked the girl, she had nothing to do. This place had 4 customers in it. She had nobody at the bar. It was daytime. And she had nothing else to do. She wasn't cleaning or doing anything. And real pretty young girl. And I said, okay, will you go through this order with me before I leave? Because the customer had said they wanted ketchup and some other things, sides of ketchup and things. And they had ordered a bacon cheeseburger. Do you know? She was real snotty. It's all there. It's in the receipt. And I said, well, will you please go through it with me because we're not allowed to touch the food. And I just want to make sure everything's there. I'm sorry. And she was just real snippy. And let me tell you what, she's going through this order being real arrogant. I'm just standing there with, the blank face, that poker face, like, And she gets down to the bottom tray, opens it up, And first of all, the side of ketchups were missing. And then she proceeds to tell me they don't do that. And then she opens that bottom tray up and says, "See, it's a bacon cheeseburger." And I'm looking at it, she's looking at it, and there is no bacon. I don't say anything. She says, "Oh, there's no bacon." I said, "Oh." And I said, "Gosh, good thing we checked." And she got real quiet, and she ran back to the kitchen to go get an order of bacon to straighten that out. And I mean, these people, this hamburger was like $25, okay? Can you imagine delivering that with no bacon? Oh my gosh. And so she went in the back and then came back out, and I said, "Okay," and then the sides of ketchup. I mean, customers will get mad if they ask for the sides of ketchup, which, that's free. They're not asking for a whole extra meal. They just want some sides of ketchup. You know, how many of us are like, we like our French fries with soup ketchup? You know what I mean? And dipping it in like a bowl of soup there. I think everybody will say I. Okay, sorry, but about the way we eat. But anyway, you don't want to forget anything on that order. And so people say, "Oh, if they rate the food bad, it doesn't affect the drivers." It does. It really does. So at restaurants, you're hurting us if this stuff's not right. And just like if we were a customer walking in the store, you need to respect us, because if I go in and order a bunch of food from you, and I want a restaurant rep to check my food before I walk out that door to drive down the street or to a hotel or whatever, I am going to be not a happy camper when I get there and I have food missing and I paid for it. I will not be happy. So please think about it as if it was yourself, you know. And the whole idea is run this food, sell it. We're selling product. We're making money for you, okay? Um, don't ruin the experience, you know what I mean? Anyway, so customers, here's what you do. You go into the Dasher food app. It can be that day, that minute, or days later. And go in there and contact support. It'll say on there, contact support. And you can text them. You can send in a support ticket, which is like an email. Or you can live chat with them at times. If it's not too busy, it'll have a live chat thing you can click on. And let them know. And tell them, my Dasher just came, or my Dasher came on such and such date, order for Starbucks, whatever, and say, "Look, it was missing the cream," or "it was entirely the wrong order," you know, and they will get back to you. I promise you, they will get back to you. It's really, really important. It improves the company if there's any malfunctions or any problems. It helps the Dasher to know that they need to make changes in future deliveries, and it keeps the customer happy, because that's all that matters. If we don't make you happy, then we don't have jobs. So DoorDash is a huge company. It's about 7 years now in over 3,000 cities across the United States, all the way up to Canada, and still opening new locations almost every single day in new cities. So I think DoorDash is going to take over the world. But anyway, it really helps the company to move smoothly. We really need to hear your input, and suggestions, and solve your problems. We don't